When is the right time to talk about finances in a relationship? Now that's a question that has probably crossed your mind at some point, whether you're single, dating, or even in a long-term relationship. You see, money talks can be as awkward as a giraffe in a limbo contest. But let's face it, they are crucial conversations that need to happen. Yes, discussing finances might not be as romantic as whispering sweet nothings under the moonlight, but it's just as important. Don't believe me? Well, here's a fun fact for you. According to a study by Kansas State University, arguing about money is the top predictor of divorce. Who would have thought, right? So, if you're thinking about skipping the money talk because it's uncomfortable or taboo, reconsider. Now, you're probably wondering, when should I bring it up? Here's the thing though, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this. It all depends on the seriousness and maturity of your relationship. If you're just starting out and still figuring out if you both like the same pizza toppings, you might not need to dive into your financial histories just yet. But as your relationship starts to get more serious, it's time to start having those important conversations about money. Think about it this way. If you're serious enough to start planning a future together, you're serious enough to talk about finances. After all, you wouldn't embark on a road trip without knowing how much gas is in the tank, would you? But remember, it's not just about having the conversation. It's about making sure it's productive, respectful, and understanding. It's not a blame game or a competition to see who's got a better credit score. It's about building a financially secure future together. So to wrap things up, when should you talk about finances in a relationship? The answer is simple: when you're ready to take the relationship to the next level. Remember, it's not about the right time, but rather the right timing. After all, it's not just about money, it's about your future together. Is it a good idea to date if you aren't financially stable? A question that's probably been on your mind more than once, especially in this age where the cost of living seems to be continuously on the rise. Now let's be clear from the get-go. Money isn't everything, and it certainly doesn't define your worth or your ability to be a fantastic partner. However, financial stability does play a role in relationships, and it's worth considering. Why, you ask? Well, financial instability can bring about stress and tension. It can lead to arguments about overspending, not contributing enough, or constantly worrying about making ends meet. These stressors can strain a relationship, turning what should be a beautiful journey into a constant battle. But does this mean if you're not financially stable, you should put a halt on dating? Not necessarily. It just means you might need to be more mindful about managing your finances while in a relationship. Here are a few tips on how to do that. First, be transparent about your financial situation from the get-go. If you're in the early stages of dating, you don't need to share your credit score on the first date. But as things get serious, it's important to have open and honest conversations about where you stand financially. Second, make a budget and stick to it. You might be tempted to splurge on fancy dates to impress your partner, but it's essential to live within your means. Remember, it's the thought and effort you put into spending time together that matters, not the price tag. Third, continually work towards improving your financial situation. This could mean furthering your education, seeking a better job, or cutting back on non-essentials. It's all about showing that you're working towards a stable future, not only for yourself, but potentially for both of you. In the end, the heart wants what it wants, and love doesn't come with a price tag. But financial stability can ease some stressors in a relationship. It's not the be-all and end-all, but it's a component worth considering. Financial stability isn't the sole foundation of a relationship, but it can certainly help build a stronger one. How does one handle financial discussions in a relationship? Now there's a million-dollar question, isn't it? It's a topic that can cause quite a bit of friction if not approached with care and understanding. But fear not, we've got some practical advice to help you navigate these tricky waters. First off, let's get one thing straight. Honesty is key. It's essential to be open about your financial situation, whether it's dandy or a bit on the rocky side. It's not about impressing your partner with your financial prowess, but about building a foundation of trust. Being honest from the get-go will save you a lot of headaches down the line. Next up, understanding. We all come from different walks of life, with different experiences and attitudes about money. Your partner might be a penny-pinching saver while you're a live-for-the-moment spender, or vice versa. The key here is to understand each other's financial habits and attitudes without judgment. Remember, it's not about changing your partner, but about finding a middle ground you both can be comfortable with. Now let's talk compromise. It's the magic word that makes relationships work, and it's no different when it comes to money matters. Maybe you'll have to cut back on the luxury spending to match your partner's frugal habits, or perhaps they'll need to loosen their purse strings a bit to enjoy some of life's pleasures. The point is, you both need to be willing to make some adjustments for the sake of harmony in your relationship. Lastly, don't forget that financial discussions are ongoing. They're not a one-time thing. Your financial situation can change, and so can your partner's. Regular check-ins can help keep things in balance and prevent any nasty surprises. So there you have it. Handling financial discussions in a relationship might seem daunting, but with honesty, understanding, and compromise, it can be a whole lot easier. Remember, it's not about who's right or wrong or who has more or less. It's about working together to create a financial future that both of you can be happy with. Financial discussions are a two-way street. It's about understanding and compromising, not dictating or imposing. How can you identify financial red flags when dating? Well, it's not always as simple as finding a maxed-out credit card lying around. Sometimes the signs are subtler, and they require a keen eye and a bit of intuition. First up, extreme frugality or extravagant spending. Now, being budget conscious is a good thing, but if your date is constantly penny pinching to the point where it affects your enjoyment, that could be a red flag. On the other end of the spectrum, if they're spending money like water without a care for the future, that's another cause for concern. Both extremes suggest a lack of balance and could lead to financial instability. Next, let's talk about debt avoidance. We all have financial obligations, and sometimes debt is a part of life. But if your date avoids discussions about debt or seems overly anxious when the topic comes up, it may signal that they're not handling their financial responsibilities well. It's not about judging them, but rather understanding if you both are on the same page when it comes to financial management. Then, there's the lack of financial goals. If your date seems disinterested when you talk about future financial plans like saving for a house, investing, or planning for retirement, take note. It's crucial to have shared financial goals in a long-term relationship, and a lack of them might suggest they're not thinking about the future. Finally, don't forget about your gut feelings. If something doesn't feel right about your date's financial habits, don't ignore it. It's always better to trust your instincts and address your concerns directly. So what do you do when you spot these red flags? Start a conversation. Discuss your observations and concerns in a non-confrontational manner. Remember, it's not about blaming or shaming. It's about understanding and finding common ground. Keep an eye out for these red flags, but remember, financial habits can change, and open communication is key. After all, everyone deserves a chance to improve and grow, especially when it comes to their financial wellness.